I'm about to show you the laziest way to make money with AI, and it has nothing to do with building apps or becoming a prompt engineer. Most people are doing it completely wrong. What used to take weeks now takes a few hours. What used to cost thousands of dollars now costs a fraction of that. And what used to require a full team can now be done by one person. I made my first dollar online back in 2017. Spent years testing different methods. Then I found a way to use AI that completely changed the economics. I'm breaking down why speed beats skill, how one tool removes the part that used to take days, and what happens when you stop treating wins like accidents and start building something that actually grows over time. The last part is the most important. It's how you turn one success into something that actually lasts. So what does lazy actually mean? Everyone misunderstands what lazy means when it comes to making money online. Lazy doesn't really mean no work. It means not doing the work that doesn't need to be done. In 2026, lazy means letting AI handle the parts that used to take days. The setup, the copywriting, the design, the technical stuff that killed your momentum before you even got started. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Selling products online. But with AI, it's completely different from what you've seen before. A few years ago, if you wanted to test a product idea, you needed to hire a developer, a designer, maybe a copywriter. You'd spend a week minimum just getting the store live. And most people never even started because the barrier was just too high. And now, AI does all of that for you. The same setup that used to take a week and cost a few $1,000s happens in minutes for almost nothing. My early dropshipping days back in 2017 were honestly so messy. I spent more time building stores than actually making sales. I'd get excited about a product, then spend a week just getting the site live. And by that time when I launched, the excitement was pretty much gone. And that's the opposite of lazy. That's just wasting time on things that don't matter. The lazy approach is simple. You focus on the part that actually makes money, finding products people want and getting it in front of those people. And everything else, just let AI do it. Before, you could build maybe one store per week if you hustled. And now you can test multiple stores in a single day. The advantage isn't building the perfect store, it's testing faster than everybody else. So how do you actually move that fast without hiring a full team? The Atlas method. Testing to scaling. So here's how the lazy approach looks like in practice. You see a product trending on TikTok Shop, Amazon, somebody's ad. You know that it's got demand. Most people see a trending product and think that I should sell that. Then they don't, because the setup kills the idea before it even starts. That gap between seeing something and actually testing it, that's where the money gets left on the table. The old way meant finding a supplier, building the store, writing copy, and hoping that it just all worked out by the time that you launched. By the time that you finish all of that, the trend either moved on or someone else already captured it. The lazy way, you'd want a tool where the second that you see a product that you want to test, you can instantly capture it, source it, and put it on an optimized and well-designed store and go live to test as fast as possible. Good news is this part of the video is sponsored by Atlas, and it's actually the exact tool that does everything that I just mentioned. You're not just launching stores, you're setting up a system that works whether this is your first product or your 10th. So here's the workflow. You find products on TikTok Shop, Amazon, or trending from ads. You simply take any product link and paste it into Atlas. The universal product scraper works with any product link, not just AliExpress, and it's not locked to one supplier. It then pulls the product details, writes out the descriptions, designs the store layout, cleans up the images, and sets up bundles and upsells. Then you launch. It's built on the Bolt theme, which is already conversion and mobile optimized. And the win here isn't perfection, it's how fast you can iterate. When something hits, let's say you test 5 products, 4 flop, 1 starts printing money, you wake up to sales notifications. This actually worked. Most people celebrate for a day and then they panic. They don't know what to do next, so they keep just running the same ad until it stops working. And that's when they're back to zero. Here's what actually happens when you find a winner. You check if it's real, look at your cost per acquisition, your click-through rate, your margins, make sure it's not just a spike. Then you go deeper on that product. Better creatives, stronger branding, tighter copy. Atlas already has the upsells, the bundles, the custom cart offers built in, so you're just improving what's already there instead of rebuilding from scratch. Most e-commerce stores die because people keep chasing new products instead of maximizing the one that's already working. And the lazy approach here is doubling down on what works, not constantly starting over. If setup and tech has been stopping you, this is what removes it. Links in the description. But there's one thing that makes this entire system 10 times more profitable, and most people running e-commerce stores have no idea that it even exists. The personal brand layer. Here's what most people miss. When you have a winning product, that's your proof. That proof gives you authority That authority gives you a brand. Once a product hits, that's your signal to start building a personal brand around it. Not some fake persona, just you documenting what's working, sharing what you're learning, creating content around the niche. Right now, if you're running a store, you're paying for every single customer. Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads. You're in an auction competing with everyone else selling the same product. Think about how when you scroll on TikTok, when you see a paid ad, you skip it almost immediately. And it usually takes seeing the same ad 5, 10, maybe 20 times before you even consider buying. And that's how everyone sees your ads too. But when somebody that you follow and trust posts a sponsored product, you actually watch it. You think about buying it. The trust is already there. That's the difference. With a personal brand tied to your own e-commerce store, you own both assets, the store and the brand. You control everything. You're not renting attention from Facebook. You create content once and it brings in customers for free. Say somebody finds your video explaining the product, they watch a few more, they trust you, then they buy. So this one shift can probably cut your customer acquisition costs by around 70% or more. Most e-commerce stores are stuck in a cycle: find a product, run ads, make money, product dies, and then they repeat. You're always going to be starting over. But with a personal brand, you build something that compounds. New products launch easier because you already have the audience. AI builds the system. Your personal brand is what makes it actually work. You need both. One without the other is incomplete. And if you want help structuring this part, figuring out your niche, your offer, your system, I put everything into a free guide called the Creator Ecosystem Blueprint. It breaks down how to build a personal brand and income ecosystem from scratch in a way that feels authentic and not forced. Links in the description. AI doesn't make you rich. It removes the parts that used to waste your time. Speed lets you test more. Testing finds what works. What works becomes a brand, and a brand gives you leverage. The laziest way isn't avoiding work. It's letting AI handle the busy work so that you can focus on what actually grows your business. The window on this is real. AI tools are getting better every month, but so is the competition. And the people testing products faster than everyone else right now, they're building audiences that will be impossible to catch in a year. And remember, if you're moving faster than everyone else, you don't need to be smarter than everyone else. If this video was helpful, like the video and subscribe. I'll break down opportunities like this every week. See you in the next one.